From Mississippi, the hospitality state, it's Tea Party Patriots Citizens Fund Live. With your host, Matt Boyle from Breitbart.com.
And how's it going, folks? I'm Matthew Boyle here with Breitbart News, with the Breitbart News and Tea Party Patriots Citizens Fund broadcast. We've got an update for you with some of the latest numbers that just came in. We're at 92% precincts reporting, and Chris McDaniel is down about 4,500 votes. This is neck and neck, folks. It's Thad Cochran is got 50.8% of the vote compared to Chris McDaniel's 49.2%, according to the latest Associated Press numbers. I just got out of the war room down in the McDaniel team's war room and talked to a couple of the key operatives in there. They're still waiting on some votes to come in some very key counties, DeSoto County and as well as Jones County. So this thing looks like it's going down the wire just like a few weeks ago. This thing is extremely tight. No matter who wins, this is going to be absolutely incredible. But right now we are just waiting on the final results. Everybody here is on tenterhooks. The energy is palpable. The crowd is screaming whenever any good numbers come in for McDaniel, and there's been some silent moments as well. But again, this thing is a nail biter. It is going down to the wire. We'll be having more and more results as they come in. We're waiting on the final 7 or 8% to come in throughout the rest of the night, and we'll be back with you with more when we get them. Again, Matt Boyle here with Breitbart News and Tea Party Patriots Citizens Fund.
Hey, welcome back to Hattiesburg, Mississippi. I'm Kevin Broughton from the Tea Party Patriots Citizens Fund, along with reporter extraordinaire Matthew Boyle from Breitbart News. Matty, this gives new meaning to white knuckle finish here. I mean, we've been watching the Secretary of State's numbers, and it's flipping back and forth between, in some cases, a half a dozen votes. We're within a half percentage
Yeah,
point.
this is going to go down to the last few votes, down to the wire. Well, yeah, there's been some people out there who have called it for Thad. It looks like they might have done so a little bit early. It still might go for Thad. We don't know.
Right.
But at this point in time, I mean, this is going to come down to the last couple hundred votes, I think, and who knows? Maybe this is the same margin as last time. I mean, this is very reminiscent of the last few weeks ago. If you remember, everybody was like, starting to be like, oh, it's over for Chris, and then the last few votes came in, and so we're gonna have to wait and see until the last couple come in here. But it's not as big a margin as a lot of Tea Partiers out there expected it to be for Chris. So it's gonna be a squeaker if he wins. But if Thad wins, it's going to be a squeaker. So we're going to have to wait and see here. So
I saw somebody from the Rush Latino from the Central Mississippi Tea Party pointed out to me, I think about 5,000. Cochran got about 5,000 more votes in Hinds County than he did last time around. Again, Hinds is about 70% Democrat. You got to wonder where those votes came from.
Well, yeah, and then the other thing is that if you look, Hinds County is ground zero for this Democrat get out the vote operation from Cochran's campaign. The chairman of the GOP executive committee there, Pete Perry, has been paid $60,000 by the pro-Cochran super PAC. That would be Mississippi Conservatives, cleverly named, of course. And so Mississippi Conservatives paid Pete Perry $60,000 for get out the vote operation. So, and Mr. Perry in an interview with me wouldn't deny whether or not that money was used for walking around money, for paying for cash for votes in the Democrat community. Again, we're going to have this. There's a lot of questions that are going to be answered here in the coming hours.
In fact, I want to say I read in the quote, I don't know whether it was one of your stories or not, but he was asked what that money went for, and I think his response was, none of your business.
That's correct. He told me it was none of my business where the money went. So again, we're going to have to wait and see as we're waiting for the final results here. This is getting, again, down to the wire. It's absolutely insane how close this is. So we're just gonna, keep following the numbers, and we'll keep bringing you guys updates as they're coming in. But this is insane.
It ain't over till it's over, and the fat lady has yet to sing. So we're gonna take another quick break, try and get some updated numbers for you, and we'll be back right here on this live stream brought to you by the Tea Party Patriots Citizens Fund and Breitbart News. Hey, welcome back to Hattiesburg, Mississippi. I'm Kevin Broughton with the Tea Party Patriots Citizens Fund, joined by my new BFF, Matt Boyle from Breitbart News. We're pleased to have our organizations jointly sponsor this live stream. And Matt, it's been a long night, and it looks like the final tally is going to have Chris McDaniel coming up 3,000 to 3,300 votes short.
Right.
Not unheard of, but I understand you've got a little news to break.
Well, yeah, well, the Associated Press and Politico and many other organizations have called the race for Thad Cochran, and it looks like Thad Cochran is going to have more votes tonight than Chris McDaniel, and looks like he won. That high-ranking source close to Chris McDaniel has informed me that there's likely to be several legal challenges of many of the ballots. Of course, now, just to put this in perspective, and this is a very likely possibility with many of the ballots, so we'll have to see how many this came out to be. But of course, Senator Cochran was courting the Democrat vote. It's been a big theme of our telecast tonight.
Yeah.
And if there were any Democrats who voted today in this primary runoff, who also voted 3 weeks ago in the Democratic primary,
right,
those ballots will be tossed out. And so, but the legal challenge is long and hard, and we'll see if they're able to win any of those contests. But at this point in time, it looks like Thad Cochran won re-election.
Looks like Senator Cochran
Right.
is due congratulations. I would say Shadow Senator in waiting Greg Harper. It's a big night for him, too.
Right, well, of course, and there are plenty of people in Mississippi who know very well. I mean, I've talked to his former staffers for Senator Wicker on the record. Brian Shaver, who was a top staffer for Senator Wicker back in the 90s, has said openly that it's widely known that Senator Cochran does not intend to serve his full term, and will, when he retires, Congressman Harper will probably be appointed by Governor Bryant into that seat. But you know what? Regardless of the results tonight, and this is what we've been saying again throughout the whole telecast, is that what's happened here is that the grassroots have first off shown their power.
Right.
They've shown the establishment that they can put up a fight, and they can put up a darn good fight. But in addition to that, what's happened is I think that for the first time on a national level, the way the Mississippi Republican Party establishment operates has been, it's been exposed.
Yeah.
And what we've seen is the levels to which people like Haley Barbour and and Thad Cochran and Trent Lott and these guys will go to keep a hold on power. And and over the coming weeks, months, and years, I plan to continue looking into all of these different stories, and there's plenty more levels of corruption to uncover. And while Senator Cochran obviously is due congratulations, he won a hard race, and I think that the gloves are off. These guys are exposed.
They are exposed indeed, and I think even with this little hiccup in the runoff, I think the momentum is still clearly on the side of the conservative grassroots activists here in Mississippi. And we sort of began this telecast, this live stream tonight, talking about the fact that there will be repercussions next year. I'm not going to back off that at all. I think this is going to fire these people up even more.
No, that's absolutely right. And then, look, Phil Bryant has just flip-flopped on Common Core.
Yeah.
One of the key issues for a governor. And you know what? He, in response to what, a conservative over in Louisiana, Governor Bobby Jindal, did, he killed Common Core via executive order. Now Phil Bryant is out there saying that he's going to do that after just a year ago, saying, pushing for it, pushing it forward. So again, while the results might not be too pleasant for Tea Partiers out there in state here, I think that moving forward there's going to be a lot more work to do, a lot more things to uncover from the journalistic perspective, and and I look forward to doing that.
A lot of fight left in this crowd.
Right.
A lot of fight left in my favorite journalist. And hell, Matty, it's been a hell of a ride.
It has been. It's been great. So,
tell you what, we're expecting a statement from Senator McDaniel shortly. Down but not out, not for long. For the Tea Party Patriots Citizens Fund and Breitbart News, and for Matt Boyle, I'm Kevin Broughton. We appreciate you joining us here tonight.